Hello.
Hi.
Hi. You gonna say hello to the camera?
Hello.
Say thank you for watching me.
Say thank you for watching me.
Today we are in our hometown of Evesham doing a bit of an impromptu last minute family walk around the park. We're starting here in the Almonry, which is the Evesham Heritage Centre. It's unbelievably beautiful old building, which you go inside and there's like Museum of Evesham. It's really good. We've been there quite a few times, but you probably don't want to look at me. If you look at the building, it is absolutely beautiful. And then the gardens in front of it. Do you like it, Poppy?
Yeah.
Good girl.
I like it.
So we're going to walk a bit through the town, then we're going to go through the park and show you what's on offer. It is, what's the date today? It's the 2nd of August, yeah. Sunday the 2nd of August 2019. And it's about 9:30 in the morning.
It's supposed to be the basketball.
Oh yeah, so it's supposed to be the first weekend of every August. There's the Evesham Battlefield Festival, which is recreating and celebrating the 1265 Battle of Evesham, where Simon de Montfort was slaughtered. This is probably like the 3rd video that I've mentioned it in, but the video where the festival where they recreate it every year is awesome. It's not something that I'd normally be interested in, but it's really, really good. So they kind of have like a parade through the streets, exactly where like they would have been. Or they're not necessarily on the streets, they wouldn't have been back in the streets 700 years ago, but kind of recreate the path that they would have walked through, and then they have like a big battle at the end of it, and they can do things like give it a go medieval dancing. That's what I was planning on doing this year, is to give it a go medieval dancing, because that would have just been awesome. I don't know what medieval dancing was, but I'd have certainly found out. What's that, Pops? You want me to rub your back? Okay. Just left Kim and Poppy for a second because I always walk past this bank, this NatWest, and think this is just the coolest bank in the world. I mean, I'll try and find, here we go, this might have a date on it. It's got a blue plaque on it. The Roundhouse, what does it say? Superb 15th century half-timbered building formerly known as the Booth Hall. I mean, this is not a normal bank. Unbelievable. Like, I'd be half tempted to change bank and like switch accounts just to move to so I can bank there. That's awesome. But anyway, so just walking to the Abbey, which you can see in the background over there, and we have to walk past this historic archway. There we go, here they are. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. You gonna say hello to the camera?
Hello.
Say thank you for watching me.
Say thank you for watching me.
There's a dog in Topsy and Tim that goes missing called Pippa, and Poppy just likes to randomly just shout Pippa, Pippa, reenacting the scene. And that's exactly what she's doing now. What are you shouting, Poppy?
Peppa!
Right. So behind me you've got the Evesham Abbey that was first built in the year 700, which is just unbelievable, and it's just an amazing structure. So around here there would have been an awful lot. You've obviously got the 2 churches, but there was also a garden over there, which we'll go to in a second. But the Abbey is unbelievable. There is, like, I'd love to go to the top of it one day. Like, that's not a thing, you can't actually go to the top of it, but I would love to go to the top. if someone can sort that out for me, I'd be very grateful. But this leads us to Abbey Park. So this next part might not be the prettiest, but it's something that I really want to get involved in. So it's the restoration. So obviously progress has been halted through coronavirus. So it looks like some work's been done, but the Evesham Abbey Trust are going to be restoring this. So this archway, it's founded in the year 709 by St Egwin. And this original structure, what they want to do is they want to turn it into like a walled garden. So obviously there's an awful lot of work to do. But get some of the original elements like the archway and the wall in it would be amazing. There's a picture over here of what it would have looked like originally. And it's just amazing that we're surrounded by all this history. So this is what it would have looked like originally, the cloister. Yeah, well that's what it would look like in the 14th century. So yes, the cloister arch, and that's where the monks would have studied and had their meals. So yeah, be amazing to be part of bringing some of that back to life and having like a walled garden that people can enjoy. So this what we're coming up to now is the grave site of Simon de Montfort. As I've mentioned, obviously the Battlefield Festival honouring him would be taking place today or this weekend, but it's nice that they've left a wreath on his grave. The Battle of Evesham was one of Britain's bloodiest battles, where nearly 4,000 people were brutally slayed. And there's a part of town, there's a particular field called Dead Man's Eight, where most of those casualties were, because they were just kind of bogged down and kind of brutally picked off. So I'll take you there one day, it'll be nice and cheerful. But yeah, very, very famous battle, and obviously that's what they recreate every August. There's a beautiful shot here, which I'll get, where you've got the war memorial with the abbey in the background. Look at that. That's amazing. Oh, we're not always carrying her. She's walking at points, isn't she?
Yeah, she's just a bit of a carry mood today, aren't you?
She's you're a little bit emotional today, Pops, aren't you? You tired, yeah? So happens when you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Tend to get tired by about 9:30.
What do you want to say?
Cow.
Cows?
No.
No, not cows, definitely not.
Doggies.
Doggies, okay, let's see if we can find them.
No.
Oh no, not doggies.
Fluffy doggies.
Fluffy doggies. Okay.
Fluffy doggies.
Okay, let's go find them. Yeah?
Little boy run.
Yeah, little boy's running.
Yeah, it's just such a beautiful, picturesque park with lots of greenery and scenery. I've definitely made that up. Yes, you found Daddy?
Daddy, come on.
Sorry, yes, Daddy.
Daddy.
Yes, darling?
Come
Okay, okay. Daddy's on his way. Yeah, it's just amazing to think that all of this would have been where we stood hundreds of years ago. Yeah, we spend quite a lot of time in this park. There is also a nice, it's still quite early in the day, but there's a little ice cream shop that opens up there, and straight in front of us here is where the boat tours, which is something we've still never done, the boat tour.
No, we
There's
haven't. No.
definitely something on the list to do.
I'm walking. What are you doing?
I'm going to see the table.
You want to go and see the tables?
Yeah.
Wow, she does love a bench.
She does love a bench. Where were we? Cotswold Wildlife Park, and she was just obsessed with this bench,
Yeah.
and more than any of like the hippos or any of the animals, the monkeys or anything, bench. Didn't want to leave this bench.
Wow. See the boats? Look. Here. Wow.
Yeah, just you can hold your hand.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Mommy.
Wow.
Wow.
So I've been roped in to do the carrying. Can you say hello to the camera? Hey, how's it going? There's Paul. So in September, Paul and I are going to. So Paul's doing a 24-hour lap of Evesham. He's going for 100 miles, so I'm going to join him for a couple of laps. But I've been...
We're not, are we, Pop?
No, are you going to do the running?
No.
No, okay.
You can leave it to Daddy.
Give it to Daddy. So this is where we tend to come down and feed the ducks some mornings. Poppy just loves it. Although her favourite thing is feeding the pigeons.
Yeah.
She prefers it when the pigeons come down.
Yeah.
Do you love pigeons?
In the jungle.
Oh, in the jungle. And the other thing she really likes is these low-hanging trees. Are you going to run away from the jungle? These low-hanging trees.
Yeah, look. Look down here.
Yeah, they're all down here, and she likes when I lift them in because she thinks she's in a jungle. You're going to run? You're going to run to the jungle? Oh, we're nearly there. Oh no! Poppy's in the jungle! Oh! Oh, Poppy's in the jungle! Oh, Poppy's still in the jungle! There's a bit of a jungle here. Oh! Poppy's in the jungle! Poppy's in the jungle!
Look down there.
There's loads more jungle down there. Yeah, we'll find more jungle. Yeah, go see the duckies. Someone's a little bit... You're being grumpy?
Yeah.
At least she's honest. At least you're honest, yeah.
I'm honest. Yeah, I promise. I promise.
What do you promise?
I promise. I promise.
You promise?
Yeah.
Say, run. What's the man doing?
You're running.
Yeah, Daddy does running, doesn't he? Yeah.
Doggy.
There's a doggy as well. Are you grumpy still?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you,
Papa.
do you
Yeah.
want something to eat?
Yeah.
Food is always there.
That's a good solution.
Poppy, what have you got?
Tea. Don't have tea, yes.
You want to go home and have cheese? We got cheese now. So this bit here is the Avenue of the Trees. It was put here in the 40s, and every year when the Battlefield Festival's on, lining both sides here, you have kind of like the medieval village where they live for those couple of days, as if they are from the actual date of the festival.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, so you've got kind of like the horses, the people,
Baby
living it.
last year, wasn't there? And one
Yeah,
of the-
there
one of
was
the
just
ladies
like a
was all
bed.
dressed up and she obviously had her baby in it.
She was washing her clothes in the way that you would have done back in the day, and then there was just her child was just on the bench.
Little tiny
Some-
baby.
Some of these fishermen come with like all the gear.
In the washing machine.
They're certainly not messing about. But this park behind me, you'll see the Abbey, but this is where the battlefield takes place. It would be taking place today, but this is also where the Evesham 10k starts and finishes. So I've done that I did that for 3 years in a row, obviously not this year, and I'm still, oh no, I did break an hour this year, but yeah, I have, every year I've done it, I've had an injury. Stop for an emergency cheese pit stop.
Emergency cardigan.
And an emergency cardigan, yeah, because it's a bit chilly than it was when we first started.
No.
What have you got, Pops?
Cheese.
Pretty cool that they've still added the plaques or the shields, even though the festival isn't happening. So normally what they do is they add the shields throughout all the different places around town, and they kind of do like a little quiz for the kids. We've got to go and find them all, but it's quite nice that they've gone and done that this year, even though the festival's not happening. It doesn't open on Sundays, but there's a really cute coffee shop called Baby Chino's, which are just going past here. So it's just inside here, and normally they've got tables and chairs outside, but it's a really cool family sort of young child baby friendly cafe where they've kind of got like little playos for like really young kids. Obviously you see like soft play centres for the older kids, but you don't tend to see places for really younger kids and the babies. So a lot of like the NCT groups and the baby groups all meet up there. But yeah, it's really nice, really nice. I totally recommend that, and I'm surprised that it hasn't really caught on and then there's not more of those. So the last bit we're coming up to now is the Hampton Ferry. So there's a little restaurant here called Raphael's Restaurant, and where we are right now is virtually, well, just behind me is the start of the park run, and people tend to congregate on Raphael's Restaurant for a bit of breakfast or a tea or coffee afterwards. But what we've got here is the Hampton Ferry, which is the world's oldest still running rope ferry.
Okay, Naomi, off you go then.
The Evesham Rowing Club training. Yeah, and there's Raphael's Restaurant there. So that's the end of our walk around Evesham and the parks. Hope you've enjoyed it. We've lived here for 4 years now, and we keep stumbling across another really awesome place to go, awesome part of the park, or awesome part of the town. Could be here for hours and hours and hours of vlogging to show you everything, but it really is a beautiful place to live. I did the round Evesham loop, and a lot of what you've seen today is in that, but totally recommend coming to visit. The summer months are awesome, and just the surrounding villages have got some really cool festivals on. So you've got the Fleece Inn, which is the only National Trust pub in the world. Find out what date that dates back to, but it's like you can go in there, obviously have a drink and have food, but it's like you're in a museum. Like just the look at it, the smell of it is unbelievable. And you've also got the Pershore Plum Festival, which is awesome. And next, obviously, it's not on this year, but next year we'll take you along to that as well. So that's a really cool one to do as well. They do on the same day the Pershore Plum 10k, which I love. At the end of it, you get like a medal and stuff. We also get given a plum, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's just so much to see and do that you kind of never run out of things. But it is 10:41 and Poppy wants an early nap, so we're going to head off and we'll see you on the next one.